Well, this episode is an absolute honour. Titus Pétange, season 2061 to 2062. I am nearly getting into my 70s as a manager. You might recall from last episode, if you watched the last episode, we had like a blueprint or kind of ideas in place for a new stadium, something that we've been pushing for years and years and years. Well, we have information now about that new stadium, and it's the reason why I'm so chuffed. It's never happened to me before. Facilities. There you go. We're due to move into the 58,925 capacity Curtis Mahoney Arena on the 21st of the 6th, 2063. So just after my 71st birthday. Still going strong there. We've still got work to do. Hopefully we can finish this before I get to 99, because I'm sure 99 years old is the limit and you can't get any older. Overall, it's costing us £126 million to build, which, if you compare it to the £1 billion Tottenham Stadium, is actually a really, really good deal. We have sold 829,000 shirts, so that's a really, really big boost. It's like a boost of 200,000 shirts. I don't know where that's come from. But GG's, the marketing team, I guess. And here we are. The one last step between us and being like a proper mega team. We just needed the stadium, and the stadium is right there. And it's going to be done quicker than what I thought. I thought it was going to be 2064 when everything was ready to go. And what an honour. What a privilege. I mean, I would have liked to have commemorated Savo Saran as well. We were going to try and put together Paradiso Saran Stadium or something, make sure both players were recognised. But they're going to have to just step back because this is the big one. I remember, I don't really know which FM it was. It was like way before I was recording stuff for YouTube, I think. It might have been around the Walkley Wanderers time when if anyone was watching that series back in the day, that I had a personal save going, and I'd done a lot for this team. I don't know, it might have been the Kerbin, but I'd done a lot for this team, and they building a new stadium, but didn't rename it after me. I was like, without me you'd be nothing, and I edited it. I was like, this is gonna be called the Cutsy Stadium 100%. But this is the first time Titus Pétange have recognised the greatness that they've got, and yeah, the Curtis Mahoney Arena. Not exactly the name that I would have chosen, but we will shorten it to the Mahoney Arena, and it'll be grand. I feel like I've achieved something, which is quite the thing for a jumped up spreadsheet of a game. This is wow. So yeah, more shirt sales, bigger stadium. It's all coming up Millhouse, isn't it? Let's look at last season then. So this would have been season 2060 to 61, and obviously we beat Chelsea in the Champions League final. We had a Club World Cup to go to, which we lost in the final to Chelsea. So they had a bit of a laugh there, I guess. We dominated that game, but you can't win them all. It's just a bogey competition. So long as we've won it once, I don't mind. Obviously, it'd be nice to win it again and again and again, but it is not prestigious, and that's why we didn't really record it. It's in the middle of the pre-season as well, so it's very difficult to record, and it takes you out the swing of actually scouting new players for the team. So since we've won it once and seen that triumph, it's going to be much like the BGL League and the Luxembourg Cup. It's going to be a tournament essentially ran in the background, and I will tell you, update you on the tally of how many times we've won it, I guess, now and again. I don't think it'll be that many times because I'm hoping in about, say, 6 seasons to 8 seasons, I'm out of this joint. I'm done. Hopefully, we put all the money into other clubs. We've got the youth rating up to a really, really established point, and I can get into the national team. Right then. So that's what's happening. It's the end of May that we're looking for from the transfer perspective. 28th of May. We shall see. I mean, like, time's running out. Time's running out. Football Manager, obviously, the next month or so will be very heavily FIFA 23 driven as well. So we've got to make sure that this save has the outcome. Luxembourg winning the World Cup. How are we going to do that? Well, it'll require a whole lot of simulation, I think it will. But that will come in my National League days. That's why, at one point, I am going to have to let go of this. At one point, I have to let go of this. And that's going to be painful. I've never gone this far in a Football Manager save. We've not seen one stadium built, we've seen two. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, we do have some late signings. Nicely done. We probably talked about Stéphane Chopou, who's actually doing really well, growing very, very nicely, coming from Dudelange, the French 16-year-old forward. And then afterwards, we got Arcetids Blanco, who I didn't think had the best reports. Bear in mind, it's been like a week since I've been on this save. Can't remember how good the reports were. But I saw that wheel and thought that he was going to be good. Still, the potential is quite low, so I don't think that'll be the case. 2.2 million from Sociedad, it's nothing. It really is nothing. And a 5-star midfield player, Jean-Michel Renard, from, what was it, Lyon? Loved the wheel. This is what you want to see from an all-rounded midfielder when they're young. A wheel looking like that. High on the technicals as well. Very nice, very nice. That is £1 million from Leon, and what his valuation is near enough 10 million quid now. So we've already doubled tenfolded his valuation. Okay, nothing off the outs. So we get into this season. It's only one in. 5-star. Efishan Özbek. Yeah, not bad. Defensive midfielder. I'm feeling that myself. But he does have actually some crossing, and this wheel would suggest that he could potentially become a winger. Well, we'll have to see. That's a very interesting wheel for a holding midfielder. 5'10". Yeah, he could totally become a winger, I think. Wow. Well, we shall see. We can retrain. He's only 18 years old. Like I said, it's been a while, but I don't think there's been some significant sales. There might be a couple. No, really, really nothing. Loans. Wanted to keep the first team as samey as possible, and we really have done that. 41 players out on loan. And then let's go through what we've said goodbye to. So, Shedrack Amadou. I mean, this guy really wanted to push for first team football. And yeah, ability, 4.5 stars. Potential, 4.5 stars. I feel like he's kind of flatlined here. And you compare him to our right backs, he is no way a 4.5 star player. Yeah, he got a little bit more speed, but nah, man. No, absolutely no chance in comparison to our right back. So, yeah, if that's what you are offering to us on the table, Shadrach, you're going to get sold. And he did, to Bayern Munich, for a hefty £65 million. Jeffrey Pujne is, heartbreaking, to be honest. We decided to sell him because of that injury proneness. He's gone to Monaco. We'll keep monitoring his situation. Monaco is a place where we can easily just, dip in and get him again. His 19 finishing is outrageous, but we do have some very, very interesting strikers coming through, and Pujne will probably slip through the cracks. Dylan Thomas, 40 million. He has just basically stopped growing. And he's only got 4-star guarantee potential now, where it was, I think, 4.5. Yeah, and he's slightly injury prone. So Dortmund picking up him for 40 million quid. Marius Stoiker, really thought we were going to get more money for him. His valuation at one point was about 40 million, so I was like, yes, sound. Trying to flog him off, not happening. Only maximum of 3-star potential there. And they got Amit Erislan, who's 3-star potential, doesn't like big games. There he is. Zach Chamberlain, so Erislan goes for 11 million, Stoiker goes for 15 to Copenhagen. Zach Chamberlain moving to Zenit. I like his wheel a lot. It's just his potential's just apparently not there, but Zenit's in Petersburg. As we've seen, keep an eye on him. We can always buy him back. I know that one of these folks is Boy Prince. Yeah, perfect. Lovely transition. One of these folks, Boy Prince, didn't want to get rid of. All right. He kind of forced this move. He pushed this move probably because he's got mercenary personality. So I made sure to include a buyback. If we can see this, Titus Pétange have got a £40 million buyback on him, which I think it'll be probably worth more when it comes to. But I think he's going to be a very, very good player. And instead of getting really argumentative with him, I might as well let him go. Keep on monitoring his growth. He is going to grow. He is there. He's got that 4.5-star guarantee potential. Keep an eye on him. Sign him back up at a reasonable price. No one's complaining. I wish it wasn't like that, but with the mercenary personality, my hands were tied for the first time in ages. Marco Huilcan, thankfully he's moved on because I couldn't really pronounce his name. He's at PSV for 8.5 million. Florian Obele, the German striker, is at Dortmund, slightly injury prone. £8 million. Miguel Sanz, the Spanish left back, is at Zenit St. Petersburg. 5.5 million in. And then Steven Arias, the final one, is a centre back playing for Paris Saint-Germain. So he's actually moved to a really decent club there. 5.25. Let me have a little drink. All in all, that's bringing £223 million into our pocket. So it basically pays for the stadium. And what is nice is that it does seem to be slightly stabilising. When we get into that new stadium, we will stabilise. We did not improve any of the facilities in the Luxembourg clubs. Obviously, at this point, when the money's being pumped into a big project, you don't really want it to be leaking out the club. And also, like, there's going to be loads of money available, you'd think, now that we're like, we're at 22,000 capacity. We're essentially trebling that capacity. We definitely will be with an expansion. There's going to be money available. Don't you worry about that. I'm also thinking, because it's such a big thing for me, obviously, with the stadium being named that, this is going to be our forever stadium. So if the expanded capacity is not 100,000, well, I'm going to make it 100,000. We'll do some kind of like payment system for that as well, for sure. But I think the expansion capacity is going to be 80,000 plus, surely. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't that. Let's have a look at the first team then. You'll see like some of the strikers that are really developing. Courtois he is a marvellous player with this incredible speed. The pace is ridiculous. Delanga has been disappointing. I've actually thought about selling him a little bit, but he is on loan at the moment to Inter Milan. I thought he was going to be more than this. Really thought, now at 25, I mean, even if he grows to what I expected, it's only going to be for a couple of years. And Barlow is here. We got like a 3-way battle for the goalkeeping spot now.
which probably means that there's going to be a few people unhappy at the end of it. Fingerland, Ballon d'Or winner. He's got torn knee ligaments at the moment, so his bravery's gone down. But he is absolutely ridiculous. Oscar Gonzalez is still here. The old folks are still here, and I'm probably going to keep them. If you've not heard, I'm going to keep them for a little bit. Because I want to see them play in the stadium. Yunus Herrera is now into the first team. Because I think that was the decision. There was a few moves in terms of like strikers. Maybe it was Pujne. One of the strikers doesn't like big matches, and it might have been Pujne, and that's why I moved him on. But Herrera comes from the under-23s. He's still got like that 4.5 star guaranteed potential. He's coming up to the first team. We'll keep an eye on it. I know that there is one. Ike wants to go. Transfer listed by request. He's not happy at the moment. We got 3 years to try and make him happy, hopefully. Branimir Joric, there he is. 5 stars now. He's just straight up a 5 stars. What a guy. Gadiel Kim, yes, growing still. At 30 years old, he's growing still. I'm glad that we're keeping Gadiel Kim for a bit. Leonardo Bruno, there he is. I know Enrique's definitely not enjoying the big matches, but I think that was known anyway. It's probably good to keep these like big players around whilst we're moving to an increased capacity stadium, because it keeps that flow of next generation fans coming, and they'll be flocking to our stadium. Apparently, it's 10%, I believe, of Luxembourg's entire population. I think someone said on Twitter or something that it's 10% of the entire country's population that's going to fit into that stadium. A lot of tourism, a lot of economy boost there. Big plus, big thumbs up. There's Christophe Marchal, who's probably our third choice goalie at the moment, only at the four stars. Guilherme Marquez is an interesting one. I don't really want to see him fail, but he's now at 22. Don't know why he's going down like. I'm really annoyed about all these makeshift positions that people are trying to force him into. We've definitely not made him into a centre-back. So, what was his last loan? Was it Shakhtar? Was Shakhtar the one that did this to him? He's got to get back into it. We've got to play him more. I think we've got to play him more. It was such a great start to his career, wasn't it? But now we're here. He does have a maximum 5-star guaranteed potential. This guy is extremely good or extremely talented. The ceiling is so high. But we need to see it. 22 years old, we need to see it. I mean, that in itself, the 5 stars, makes me want to play him more. So we will try and do that. Florian Marty. He's kind of cementing himself as a bit of a first teamer. Mitev certainly has. There he is. He's now 5 stars. Go on, Mitev. Moreira, slightly improved. Love to see it. Armando Pereira, I'm seeing a little bit of improvement on. And apparently he's 5 stars now. Yeah, no, 4.5 for me. 4.5. Alberto Torre, definitely not on the same levels as the other wingers that we've had over the years. Alberto Torre, what a guy. Zaz is in there as well. It's still not natural at centre. I mean, it never will be. Gabriel Agudo. There he is. Another goalkeeper to be challenging. There's Calabrese at 30. Savo Saran, 28. So he'll be like near enough 30, I think, when we get into that stadium. He will be. He will be 30. And then we're back to Ruben Courtois. Any big-time loanees? Doesn't look like it. We have kept most of the first team there. Edward De Longa is obviously out on loan duties. Trying to find some kind of way for Angelini to get into the first team. But it was good to get a loan in for him as well. And it's Malai, isn't it? Yes. There you go. Malai is in the under-23s at this moment in time because we have a con on him, and he doesn't like big matches, which that is it. I think, right, okay. Now that I've seen this, I've figured it out, the timeline in my head. We sold Pujne, and then we got this information that Malai doesn't like big matches. So it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but there it is. I mean, sometimes Football Manager wants to do you like that, obviously. Like, just looking back at this summer, yes, they gave me the naming rights to the stadium, which is like one of the most amazing things to happen to me on Football Manager. But everything else was quite difficult to take. You know, losing in the Club World Cup, having this guy like not enjoy big matches, this, that, and the other. Boy Prince wanting to push for a move away, so it was a challenging time. Iker is very similar. There it is. So let's have a look at sorting out. We do have 4 strikers. So even with the problems with Malai, we didn't really have a chance for Pujne. Harada was getting better. I see. Okay. Well, this is the front line. A fixture today, which we might simulate, because we did draw against Barcelona, so we probably should play it. Titus Pétange against Marseille. We're currently second in this group, I believe. Let's go to competitions before I press go on this, so you can see what's going on. Top of the BGL League, no real surprise. We're in the Super Cup, not really a surprise. Still in the Luxembourg Cup, do not know if we've even played in that competition yet. But there we are, 7 points, joint with Barcelona. And let's go and make sure that Marquez is playing instead of Torre in the midfield. Torre is very, very good, but he doesn't need to be in the midfield. Thank you very much. All right. This is the charge for Marquez now. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. I'm going to try and play him a lot of games, which might make the other centre mids, the first teamers, absolutely pissed off. We might actually lose a couple of games because we're giving Marquez such a time. But if he's guaranteed 5-star potential, if the staff are that trusting in him, they believe so much in him, then I'd be a fool and a fraud not to give him that chance. Is that injury, man? The injury has absolutely caused havoc with him. Marquez, through ball, Joric might be offside. Well, I'm not seeing an instant goal here. Yeah, Joric stepped a little bit offside. That was wrong timing by Marquez. He needs to sort that out. Yeah, goal disallowed. It's definitely offside by about a yard. No need to see this, even though we will see that. It was less than a yard. Okay, it's not as bad as what I thought, but it's still definitely offside, clear as day. Shouldn't have been a VAR decision, to be honest. Joric, Gonzalez tries to go for the long shot. Marquez. Here's Courtois. Easily send it wide. We have 2 options left and right. Bruno, lovely through ball to Pereira. Thought he was going to drill it hard and low into the 6-yard area, but keep on moving it around. Noah Haas. Noah Haas is playing centre-back at the moment, okay? Gonzalez to whip in, and Joric probably looked offside there as well. Really good football. Not called as a corner kick. Well, it looked offside from where I was sitting. Understandable, I am sitting in the UK, and this game is being played in Luxembourg 30 years from now. So, yeah, I understand how you wouldn't listen to me on that on that offside call, to be honest. Yes, I'm doing linesman for this game, but I listened to the person 30 years in the past. Nice interception, Luis Enrique. Pereira. Now, can we get that ball in? Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Goodbye, Pereira. You know, usually the decision making from the winger, the right winger, not the greatest, but that was fairly solid. Once again, just getting injuries to Fingerland and Savo Saran in rotation, so we have to use Pereira way too much. He's getting better. I give him a rough time because obviously he's not as good as them two. But he's still really, really good. And he gets himself involved. Some might say he's a second best substitute winger, because like Axel Claude was a substitute winger at one stage, remember that. Here's Pereira again, playing a nice short ball to Marquez, who smashed one off the crossbar. Well, Gary Kim would score that. No, I'm joking. Okay, Marseille have only had one shot. Oh, wait, no. Usually I don't like to press simulate game before we make them substitutions, because I've realised if you press simulate within the game, not before match, they don't do any substitutions for you. So, I probably should have pointed that out to Zealand. I do have a direct communication with him somewhere, I think. Oh, Armando Pereira's decided to turn up. Nice delivery there by Noah Haas. My beard is getting in the way. It needs cutting. Everything's going to get cut and shaved for FIFA 23. I'm going to look fresh as fuck. Right, into the tactics we go. I am done with this. We've very much seen enough already. So, maybe not Pereira, who's having like a blinding game. We'll go Calabrese and Kim with the swap. Zaza can play at centre-back. And how about a bit of experience for Harada there as well. Confirmed subs after 37 minutes. Could be another goal. Humbert has kept hands on that. See you later. All right. That was a good episode, that. Let's have a look at the final result. Should be a win, a comfortable win for Titus Pétange. 5-1 in the end. And the goal scorers are as followed. Courtois, Pereira, Harada, Marquez. Marquez did score. Right, more of that. Just really concentrate, seriously concentrate on this lad this season. Has to be. Is it a make or break season for him? Maybe not with that kind of potential, but like, this is 22. You grow a lot at 22. So come on, man. Or you can grow a lot at 22 if the right conditions are met. All right. Apparently, Luis Enrique is under close scrutiny. There's a scouting mission of some sort. I'm not selling him. There's no way. He's got too much potential. I feel like we can squeeze that. Doesn't enjoy big games out of him. I think. We shall see. Maybe. Obviously, I don't have anything to like back this up, any factual evidence to back this up, but maybe it's the personality that allows players to shake it off or not shake it off. God knows. Luis Enrique is driven. I mean, that might mean something. Mentally, he might be there to shake off and actually perform in big games. God knows. Or maybe it's just a frequency rating. Like, if you are playing a lot of big games, eventually you just get used to it, which, to be honest, that's what I would imagine. Right then, 28 minutes. That's a big episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.